before the world recognized Stjepan Hauser as a global star. His life was very different from what people see today. There were no massive stages, no millions of views, no worldwide fame, just a young musician working hard in silence. Like many artists, Hauser's early journey was filled with practice, learning, and patience. He spent years mastering the cello, focusing on technique, discipline, and consistency. This phase of life is often invisible to the public, but it is where everything truly begins, and it is not easy. Long hours of practice can feel repetitive. Progress is slow. Results are not immediate. Many people lose motivation during this stage because success feels far away. But Hauser continued. He believed in his craft, even when there was no guarantee of recognition. This kind of belief is what separates those who quit from those who eventually succeed. Another important aspect of this phase is uncertainty. At that time, there was no clear path to global success. Being a classical musician does not always lead to fame. It requires not only talent, but also the right opportunity at the right time. And that opportunity had not yet arrived. His life during this period was focused but simple. There were no big audiences, only small steps toward improvement. Every day was about getting better, not getting famous. This is something many people do not see. They see the final result, but not the years behind it. Another factor is identity. Before the turning point, Hauser was still building himself not just as a musician, but as a person. He was learning what kind of artist he wanted to be, what style he wanted to follow, and how he wanted to present himself to the world. These decisions take time, and they often happen quietly, without attention. Even on platforms like YouTube, his presence was not what it is today. The reach, the audience, and the recognition were all limited, but the foundation was being built. This stage of life is important because it sets everything up. Without it, success would not be possible. In the end, before the turning point, Stjepan Hauser was not a global icon. He was simply someone who refused to give up. And sometimes, that is where the biggest change begins. Every successful journey has one defining moment, a moment that changes everything. For Stjepan Hauser, that moment did not come slowly. It came suddenly, unexpectedly, and with massive impact. Before this moment, Hauser was already a highly skilled cellist. He had spent years mastering his craft, practicing daily, and building a strong musical foundation. But like many talented artists, his recognition was still limited. His audience was small, and his reach had not yet expanded beyond traditional boundaries. Then came the idea that would change his life. Instead of following the traditional path of classical music, Hauser decided to do something different, something bold. Along with Lukazu, he performed a cello version of Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal. This was not a normal performance. It combined classical technique with modern energy. It was intense, fast, and visually powerful. It broke the stereotype of classical music being slow or limited to a specific audience. And most importantly, it was unique. When the video was uploaded on YouTube, something unexpected happened. It started gaining attention. At first, it was just a few views. Then shares increased, more people watched. Within a short time, the video spread across the internet. It reached audiences who had never shown interest in classical music before. People were surprised. They had never seen the cello played like this. The energy, the passion, and the modern style created a completely new experience. And just like that, went viral. This was the turning point. In one moment, Hauser went from being a talented but musician to a globally recognized performer. His name started appearing everywhere. Invitations came in. Opportunities increased. But this moment was not luck alone. It was preparation, meeting, opportunity. If he had not spent years building his skill, he would not have been able to deliver such a powerful performance. And if he had not taken the risk to do something different, the world might never have noticed him. This moment changed everything. Not just his career, but his entire life. It proved one important thing. Sometimes, one bold decision can create a breakthrough that years of effort alone cannot. After the viral success, the life of Stjepan Hauser changed rapidly. What once took years to build, slowly now began to grow at an incredible speed. The viral video opened doors. Suddenly, people from all over the world knew who he was. Music lovers, casual viewers, and even those who had never listened to classical music before became interested in his work. This new attention created opportunities that were previously out of reach. One of the biggest developments after this breakthrough was the rise of two cellos. This duo became a global phenomenon. Their concept was simple but powerful, taking well-known songs and transforming them into high-energy cello performances. This approach connected with a wide audience. It made classical instruments feel modern, exciting, and accessible. Concerts became bigger, audiences became louder. The scale of performances increased dramatically. Instead of small venues, they were now performing on international stages. Tours expanded across countries, and their fan base continued to grow. This period of growth was exciting but also demanding. With success came expectations. People wanted more performances, more creativity, and more innovation. Maintaining that level of energy and quality required constant effort. But Hauser was ready. His years of discipline helped him handle this sudden rise. He understood that success was not just about reaching the top, it was about staying there. Another important factor was adaptability. He did not limit himself to one style. He experimented with different types of music, different performance styles, and different ways of connecting with the audience. This flexibility helped him stay relevant. Platforms like YouTube played a major role in this growth. Their performances reached millions of viewers, allowing them to connect with a global audience instantly. This was not just growth, it was transformation. From an unknown artist to an international star, this phase defined the new identity of Stjepan Hauser, and it all started from that one turning point. Success may look perfect from the outside, but behind it, there are always challenges. For Stjepan Hauser, life after the turning point was not just about fame and recognition. It also brought pressure and responsibility. When an artist suddenly becomes popular, expectations rise instantly. People expect every performance to be better than the last. Fans want consistency. Critics look for flaws. And the pressure to stay relevant becomes constant. This is something many people don't realize. Fame is not just achievement, it is responsibility. For Hauser, maintaining that level of performance required more effort than ever before. He could not relax after success. Instead, he had to work even harder to prove that his success was not temporary. Another challenge was identity. After becoming famous through a unique style, there is always a question: should you stay the same or evolve? If you stay the same, people may lose interest. If you change too much, you may lose your original audience. Finding the right balance is difficult. Hauser managed this by continuing to experiment while staying true to his core strength, his connection with music. He didn't allow himself to become limited by one style. There was also physical and mental pressure. Tours, performances, travel. This lifestyle can be exhausting. Performing at a high level again and again requires energy, focus, and discipline. Without proper balance, it can lead to burnout. But he maintained control. Another hidden challenge is public attention. Every move becomes visible. Personal life becomes a topic of discussion. This can create stress and reduce privacy. But Hauser handled this by keeping clear boundaries between his public and private life. In the end, success brought challenges, but those challenges helped him grow stronger. Because real success is not just reaching the top, it is surviving after reaching it. After achieving massive success with Stjepan Hauser reached another important phase in his journey, his evolution into a solo artist. This step was not easy. Being part of a successful duo provides stability. There is shared responsibility, shared creativity, and a strong identity. But moving into a solo career changes everything. Now, everything depends on you. Your decisions, your style, your direction. For Hauser, this was an opportunity to express himself freely. He was no longer limited to a specific format or partnership. He could explore new musical ideas, experiment with different styles, and create his own unique identity. This required confidence, because going solo after group success is always a risk. There is no guarantee that the audience will follow. But Hauser took that risk, and it worked. He continued to attract millions of viewers and listeners. His performances remained powerful, emotional, and engaging. He proved that his success was not dependent on a group. It was based on his own talent and presence. Another important aspect of this phase was creativity. As a solo artist, he had more control over his content. He could decide what kind of music to create, how to present it, and how to connect with his audience. This freedom allowed him to grow. Platforms like YouTube played a major role in this journey. His solo performances reached a global audience, helping him maintain and even expand his fan base. This phase showed his independence. It proved that he was not just part of a successful project, but a strong individual artist. In the end, this evolution was not just a career move, it was a statement that he could stand on his own. Looking back at the journey of Stjepan Hauser, it becomes clear that his turning point was not just a lucky moment, it had a deeper meaning. That viral performance was not random success, was the result of years of preparation. It showed that opportunity alone is not enough. You must be ready when it arrives. This is one of the biggest lessons. Many people wait for opportunities, but when they come, they are not prepared. Hauser's story is different. When his moment came, he was fully ready to deliver something extraordinary. Another important meaning is risk. He did not follow the traditional path. Instead of playing safe, he tried something new, something different. This risk made him stand out, and standing out is essential for success. There is also a lesson about creativity. Success does not always come from doing what everyone else is doing. Sometimes it comes from doing something unexpected. His performance combined classical music with modern style, creating something unique. This is what made people notice him. Another key point is consistency. Even after the turning point, he continued to work hard. He did not depend only on one viral moment. He built on that success and turned it into a long-term career. This shows discipline. In today's world, many people go viral, but very few stay relevant. Hauser managed to do both. This is what makes his turning point powerful. It was not just a moment of success, it was the beginning of a journey. The story of Stjepan Hauser leads to one powerful conclusion. One moment can change your entire life, but that moment does not come to everyone, and even when it does, not everyone is ready for it. This is what makes the difference. Hauser's turning point did not happen because of luck alone. It happened because he was prepared, disciplined, and willing to take risks. When the opportunity came, he did not hesitate. He acted, and that action changed everything. Another important lesson is patience. Before that moment, there were years of effort that no one saw. This reminds us that success is not instant. It is built over time, even when there are no visible results. This is where most people give up, but those who continue eventually reach their moment. There is also a lesson about belief. Believing in yourself when no one else does is not easy, but it is necessary. Hauser continued his journey without knowing if he would ever become famous. And when the moment came, that belief paid off. In the end, his story is not just about music. It is about life. It is about preparation, risk, patience, and belief. Because success is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It is about becoming ready for it. And when that moment finally arrives, it can change everything.